Hey everybody, it's MLB11XNC22 coming to you with the newest deck profile of my Seal of Orichalcos deck. I know it's been a while, guys, but the thing is, life got in the way for the past few months, but I am in a new home now, new room, pretty much a new house. So that's what took me so long. So yeah, I'm back doing videos for you guys, so let's get started. I am running the staples, Shaman and Sorcerer. You guys know all about them. Also my two Futuras. But here's the new stuff, people. I'm running Pendulum Monsters now, but not just any Pendulum Monsters. I am running 2 Orichalcos Serpent of Orders and 2 Orichalcos Serpent of Chaos. These were made by Tyler Jungerfield, aka Mewtwo Overkill, aka Orichalcos96. Check out his channel, subscribe to his content, and also make sure guys to tell Tyler happy birthday today. Today's his birthday, so happy birthday. Yeah, I'm not gonna spoil their effects. I'll let you guys figure that out for yourselves, what these guys do when you face me in a duel. Next, Great Leviathan. I can at least tell you what this guy does. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned from your hand by attributing 3 Orichalcos monsters and 1 face-up Orichalcos field spell you control, and cannot be special summoned by other ways. The special summon of this card cannot be negated. This card is unaffected by all card effects. When special summon, destroy all cards my opponent controls and send all cards in my opponent's hand to the graveyard. And my opponent takes 300 points of damage for each card destroyed or sent to graveyard by this effect. Next up, Great Serpent, another new addition to the deck. This guy's replacing Dragoness Orichalcos. I might add Dragoness back in the future, guys, but only if I revert back to my original build. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned from your hand by fitting 1 Great Leviathan I control, or when the Great Leviathan I control is destroyed by battle or by card effect, and cannot be special by other ways. The special summon of this card cannot be negated. This card, the attack and defense are equal to the number of Orichalcos cards in my graveyard times 1500. So yeah, I got Orichalcos Reflect Bounder. Pretty much the best thing to use him is you can hide him in the back, and once per turn of my opponent's turn, if my opponent attacks a monster of mine, I can pretty much redirect the attack to any other monster on the field. So he's really good. He's pretty much a Dexia that works once per turn. He's really fair. Next, Orichalcos Magician, now known as Orichalcos Magus. Orichalcos Fairy, my tuner monster, made this myself. If she is used for a single summon, I gain 2,000 life points. Next up, Orichalcos Ghast. I have to have the Seal of Orichalcos on the field in order to use this guy's effects. When summoned, I can change 1 monster my opponent controls to defense mode, and when he is destroyed, and this is a mandatory effect, I return 1 monster my opponent controls to the hand. Next up, a copy of me. I won't spoil what this guy does. You'll figure it out. Now we get to the special part of this little deck profile. If you guys have ever seen Revelations of Seal of Orichalcos, you'll recognize these next 2 cards, and these are exclusive to my Orichalcos deck. I'm running 2 copies of the 5th Pentacle of Mars. I will not spoil their effects. If you want to know how this card works, you go watch Revelations of Seal of Orichalcos, or you can challenge me my Orichalcos deck to a duel in order to find out how they work. I would like to take this time to give a special shout out to the creators of Revelations of the Seal of Orichalcos, Dead Soldier Productions. You guys are awesome at making this live action Yu-Gi-Oh series really well. I applaud you for your efforts to really make the series what it is today. I thank you guys. Thank you. Alright. Next up, I'm running one Orichalcos Knight and one Orichalcos Dark Knight. Orichalcos Knight states that if I destroy a monster if he destroys a monster balances the graveyard, I can pay 1,000 life. I can pay 500 life points to add one Orichalcos card from my graveyard to my hand. Dark Knight does the same thing, except I can pay 500 life points to banish it, and during the turn I use this effect, I can shuffle one Orichalcos card in my graveyard back into my deck, then draw one card. Next, Gygus, Doom Beetle, Lord of Orichalcos Army, Orichalcos Soldier. Have to have the Seal of Orichalcos in order to use this guy's effects. I can once per turn destroy one face-up. I can once per turn destroy one face-up monster on the field. Next up, for my spells, I'm running 3 Orichalcos Transfer Draws, compliments of Tyler Jungerheld once again. I shuffle one Orichalcos Mirror Calling or Divine Super monster in my hand, back into my deck. The deck has been shuffled, and well, what I'm trying to say is, I shuffle one Orichalcos Mirror Calling or Divine Super card in my hand, back into my deck, then draw 2 cards. Basically, I run 3 of these in here. Your standard triple Seal of Orichalcos, the Dutros, the Tritos, 2 Chosen Destinies, and instead of Orichalcos Sky, I play Orichalcos Gateway. It has Orichalcos Eye's effect as its second ability, and it has a first ability, but I can only use one of these abilities per turn. The first ability is once per turn by paying 500 of my life points, I can shuffle one Orichalcos card from my hand or graveyard back to my deck, then draw 1 card. The second ability is the exact same thing as Orichalcos Sky. You pay 1,000 life points to add an Orichalcos card from my deck or graveyard to my hand. Same thing. Water of Life. This is an anime card from Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 5, the original Yu-Gi-Oh! You are allowed to special summon 1 monster from your graveyard in a face-up attack mode. Orichalcos Polymerization. This is pretty much polymerization, but it has another effect to it. And it's for Orichalcos fusion monsters. The Orichalcos fusion monster that I use this with, he gains an additional effect. If the Orichalcos fusion monster summoned by this effect destroys a monster balances the river, I gain life points equal to that monster's attack points. Next, I run Bounce. I run Rank Up Magic Valtor's Force. Not gonna spoil what this does for new players. Dark Hole, Mirror Duality, Anime Card, Call the Haunted, Grave Robber, and Orichalcos Fissia. That's pretty much the deck. Next, I'm going to show you the extra deck. Now, most of this stuff you guys haven't seen before, so I'll explain each and every one of them. First up is Primeval Armory Dragon. What this guy does is once per turn I can choose 3 Orichalcos cards from my deck, and then my opponent randomly picks one of them to add to my hand, and the rest of them are shuffled back into my deck. Once per turn I can target one other face-up card I control. That target cannot be targeted by other card effects until my opponent's next end phase. So I can make this really good. Next up, Dark Dragoon Knight Vajrayana. What this does is, when this card is synchro summoned, I can target 1 level 3 or lower dark monster in my graveyard, equip that target to this card. Once per turn, I can send 1 equipped card equipped to this card to the graveyard, add 1 Orichalcos or Dark Dragoon card from my deck to my hand. I only run one of these because I only need one. Next, Orichalcos Sealed Mighty Warrior. If this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, inflict damage to my opponent equal to the destroyed monster's attack points. That's all he does. Next, Orichalcos Hero. When this card is synchro summoned, I can special summon one Orichalcos monster from my graveyard. Once per turn, while I control an Orichalcos field spell, I can pay 1,000 life points to draw one card. This is my main monster, Orichalcos King. Once per turn, I can destroy one card my opponent controls, and if the destroyed card was a monster, I gain life points equal to its level times 500. If this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, banish it instead of sending it to the graveyard. When this card is destroyed by my opponent's card by battle by card effect and sent to the graveyard, I gain 1,000 life points. So he's pretty much really good for life points. That's all he's good for. Next, my fusion monster, Orichalcos Fiend Painting. I really don't need to explain its effects. It's a fusion of Gygas and Couture's effect. That's all you need to know. It's that easy. Next up, Orichalcos Drake. I can once per turn special summon one level 4 Orichalcos monster from my deck and face position by detaching one Xyz material. However, it cannot attack this turn. Face-up Xyz monsters my opponent controls cannot activate their effects while this card has Xyz material. Their effects are negated, and I must control a face-up Seal of Orichalcos to resolve this card's effects. Next up, New Orders 8, Etheric Sabek. I'm not going to spoil what this thing does. If you've seen the Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal 2, you can see it on there. Next up, Alexandra, Dragon of the Orichalcos. This is pretty much one of my last-ditch efforts, or if I need to use it, I detach all overlay units to destroy all cards my opponent controls. I can only use this effect once per duel, and in order for this thing to attack, I need to send the top 10 cards of my deck to the graveyard. Next, number 108, Orichalcum Dragon. I can once per turn, during your player's turn, activate one of these effects. Effect number 1, I detach one Xyz from this card. Add one Orichalcos monster from my deck or graveyard to my hand. The other effect is I'm able to attach Orichalcos Soldier to this card. That one is that one's the meaningless effect. Orichalcos Dragon. Orichalcos Xyz Elder Orichalcos Dragon. Ancient Orichalcos Dragon. If I have Orichalcos Dragon and Xyz control, this guy allows me to detach all my Xyz controls, and I can get Orichalcos cards from an X main equal to the number of Xyz controls attached to him. He's really good. And his effect, and that's pretty much his effect. The last two cards, my beloved number 200 Orichalcos Soul Leader. Pretty much, he can only be summoned Moringa Magic Valtor's Force. Once per turn, I can detach one Xyz to target one monster my opponent controls, and it becomes an Xyz control for this card. And if it would be destroyed by battle or by card effect, I can detach one Xyz from this card instead. He's really good. Really good. So yeah. That's pretty much his effect in a nutshell. This is his Chaos number C200. He allows me to detach an Xyz control once per turn to target one monster on the field, and it becomes an Xyz control of this card. And he gains 100 attack points for each monster attached to him as an Xyz material. And just like number 200, if he will be destroyed by battle by card effect, I can detach one Xyz from this card instead. Well, I'm hoping you guys enjoyed this deck profile. Once again, shoutouts to Dead Soldier Productions and Tyler Junkerheld. So yeah, shoutouts to both of you. You're awesome people. Well, I think that's all. I think that's pretty much it, people. I'm hoping you enjoyed the deck profile. There will be more deck profiles in the upcoming weeks. So, that being said, until next time, This is MLB11XNC22 saying, bye-bye.